Incredible flavours, even better stories. One pour, 10 minutes, Aussie bourbon lovers sharing bourbon with Australia.
Oh, good pop, Dave.
Thank you very much.
What are we drinking?
This is a new Riff Single Barrel, actually, and even more special than that, this is a barrel pick from didn't get on the keyboard. From Distillers Row from Kentucky Bourbon Festival last year, 2025. And look, it's signed by Brian, the Master Distiller at Riff.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian, for signing the bottle.
Yeah, making our day extra fun.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh,
What can you tell us about?
good on the nose.
Oh, delicious.
Well, before I get into this, can I tell you? So New Riff is kind of opened in 2014, and it's the distillery that they said they stood in the car park of one of the biggest liquor stores in America or whatever, and said, "Let's make a distillery."
Cool.
Do you remember this story?
Yes, I do. Now that it starts like that, I'm like, oh yeah, tell this story.
Anyway, so that's how this kind of comes to start to be. Anyways, and they decided to do all the new riff on an old tradition of making bourbon, doing all these things. One of the things that was in the new riff was that they said we wanted everything to be non-chill filtered and bottled in bond or whatever. This is a single barrel, so it's not bottled in bond. It's at a higher proof, like 118, I think.
Yeah, 116. Good,
116.
Good guess.
I was close.
Yeah.
But so they do some really amazing stuff. And this is a lovely single barrel. And one of these things where you go to a festival like KBF and you go, what? We could only take one bottle home of this.
I know.
Which one are we going to take home?
This made it to the selection, which is pretty good. What are you getting on the nose? It's like...
Go on.
I was going to say I've opened a packet of like caramel lollies or...
Yeah.
Like those... not butter menthols, the...
Use your words.
I'm trying to remember the name of them. They were like a butterscotchy...
Werther's
Original. That's the word I'm looking for. Werther's Originals.
For me, it's like, can you imagine if you aged a caramel for a long time or something? It's like a deep, like a mahogany, like a deep, rich
You've let the caramel get old.
Something. I don't know. It's got like a real
deep
complexity
caramel
to it. It's lovely. So this was distilled in August 2020, and then it would have been dumped. Let's say it would have been dumped about June or something of 2025 for the ahead of the festival, maybe earlier than that.
Yeah.
There probably is a dump date. I can't see it. But it's about 5 years old.
They do put lots of, I love all the like specific things they put on, like which came from warehouse C, location floor 5, row 19, tier number 1, barrel 29286. Like it's all the info there. If you want to completely nerd out, know exactly where your bourbon came from, you can get all the info.
Almost like a little bit of forest flory, kind of like really pleasant forest floor. Like lovely
berries
earthy notes.
or earth.
Oh, no. I'm getting like earthy notes. Like sometimes you nose a bourbon and you go, oh, that's got a wood on there that I don't like.
Yeah.
This is like a lovely settle-in
Subtle.
reader leather-bound book kind of.
Oh, yeah.
It
is really nice on the nose. You're going to have to taste it now, Dave, and tell us whether the nose matches the taste, because that's my new thing, because sometimes they nose really well and they taste different and still nice. Other times they're like, not great on the nose, and then you drink them and you're like, oh, delicious.
This is lovely and super consistent across, I reckon, once you get it onto the palate. And actually that has a really lovely, I'm getting like a...
Oh, wow.
Really yummy dried fruits. Again, it's got this richness and complexity to it that's so...
Really hits the front of my tongue.
Yeah?
Like, boo. That's not words either.
And carameliness again, like almost like a caramel coated. What am I thinking? Or like, when you have a date and it's got that caramel...
Like caramelized on the
chewiness
outside.
to it.
Yeah. That's a good description,
the
caramelized date.
What happens when
Tell why you picked it. Yeah, ask a question.
Why I picked it?
It's good.
Well, I didn't do the barrel pick. I just picked the bottle, you mean?
No, but I didn't. Why you picked it from KBF?
Well, I was about to ask you this. How does this go? Because we're at KBF. We've spoken about this so many times. Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Been lucky enough to go a few times. You get to go and stand in front of all of these different tents. How is it that you get to? How is it that you make a selection of what bottle you pick to put in your luggage when there's only so many bottles you can take home?
Well, it's the ones like this that stand out with that unique flavour. I think you and I have similar flavour profiles that we go for. So often when we're like trying them out, we check with each other that it's something we both like. But with this one, I think it's that nice subtleness. I think it's not too, because if it's too in your face, sometimes it's like it hits really strong because it's different, and sometimes different's not always good. And sometimes either I might not like it and you will, or you won't like it and I will. So it doesn't, get picked to come home with us. But this one definitely did, because I think that really nice caramelly smell and that subtleness that wasn't too. But it is hard. It's hard to pick and choose when there's so. What do you look for when you're tasting so many bourbons?
I think as well, there's this thing where, and I've been in trouble for this in the past, and it hasn't played out well for me in the past, where you're kind of trying to find something that is different enough to make you feel like you want it to be a different option on the shelf.
Yeah.
Something that's kind of fun and unusual, and it's definitely something you can't get.
Yeah, you want that uniqueness, but you don't want it to be too extreme that when you get back you taste it and go, oh, why'd I pick that?
Yeah. That's definitely true. But then you want to be able to make sure that it's not something that's close enough to what you can get here, because you don't want to be coming back to Australia having brought it all the way
something
back.
That's very easily available here, yeah. You want that something, unique and different.
But then it's interesting as well, like coming back from Kentucky with a whole bunch of single barrels, it's like, is that actually going to...
Well, I think the unique thing with a single barrel is you're not going to get another one of those bottles.
No.
And we could come back with something that you can get every time you go to America, but instead we come back with something that when we go over next time, you're not going to be able to get it either. Like it's genuinely unique. It's a single barrel. You're going to bring it home. You're going to enjoy it. And it's that thing of, even if we hadn't travelled all the way back to Australia, even if we'd bought it and gone to live somewhere in America, it's a case of, well, you're enjoying that bottle because that's the only one you're going to get of it. It's a single barrel and there's not many out there.
So on the way home tonight, I stopped at a bottle shop and bought some bottles.
That's exciting news.
It is good news, yeah. And
I
was just stocking up.
Exciting bottles.
Oh, look at us go. So, but in the bottle shop, there was Buffalo Trace single barrels that were just labelled with what warehouse they're from. They're single barrels. But to me, and they had a weird sticker across the top. If you've seen them, maybe they're more common than I thought they were. I hadn't seen this before. Got a weird sticker that kind of goes from one side of the bottle across the top.
Oh, yeah, like across the other. Yeah.
But like all the way across, so it kind of like was like, and kind of held tight. So it was like
that?
No. Where it was like stuck tight across.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, it quite stood out. And it had on the bottom of the sticker, it had the name of the warehouse it was coming from.
Yeah.
I'm not saying any of this for any reason other than to say this to me is the indication that we're now at peak bourbon glut, and they know they're not going to move this amount of Buffalo Trace for a different reason. So they're now just going, how do we move single barrels quickly at a different price point and move some Buffalo Trace that isn't just normal Buffalo Trace?
All that information that's on this one, the warehouse C location for, like, it's putting that out there saying this is why it's unique.
It's a single barrel, but it's not, doesn't have the emotion of this, where it's like that this is a single barrel that's picked by a panel for KBF. And that comes with a huge amount of quality as well, right? That's the panel of people who might be the best bourbon experts kind of going around or whatever. Like, that's kind of what you would think are the people who are picking barrels for KBF or however they do it. But you also... There's also a thing of like, a single barrel is just a single barrel, and a blend is actually, there's something really good about a blend.
Well, blend, you're going to get it again.
You're going to get it again.
Yep.
It's the best of the best, I suppose. They bring, or it's the most consistent
they're going for
flavour they're always trying to go for. Whereas a single barrel, it's not necessarily hit and miss, but it's one particular thing.
Yeah, but when you hit like this, you're going to enjoy every drop because there's no more.
I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but when you look at a shelf and it's covered in single barrels that are all from different warehouses and they've all got different things on them, well, how good was that single barrel that it was chosen to be considered elite from the others? I don't know.
They're just good. And I think like it's kind of that, luck of the draw. Whereas in this case, we got to taste it and then pick it, which was
100%.
Excellent.
And I'm not saying that's anything like this, but I'm really excited about the opportunity to try really unique whiskies with people who make them. And
when you get to meet the distiller and chat to them, and it's great.
And that's one of those things that makes KBF so exciting.
Yeah.
Meet the distiller,
hear the story, and then taste their bourbon. And when you like it, bring a bottle home. Exactly. And ask them to sign it.
Ask them to sign it and enjoy more stories. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you're connected with us on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and stay connected with us by clicking subscribe on your favourite podcast app.